So Ohio State's 2026 recruiting class is officially on a heater. It just got its fourth commitment in the last 21 days, and this one's a big one. It's Blaine Bradford out of Louisiana, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, at that the number 23 player and the top safety in the country. So Caleb Downs is going to walk out the door next December. Oh, they would like it to be later than that because of national championship runs and all that. And Blaine Bradford's going to walk into the door. Andrew, good for Matt Guerreri.
Holy smokes, good for Matt Guerreri. This was one of those things that, in recruiting, sometimes kids put commitment dates so you know it's coming. Sometimes you see the way things are trending so you know it's coming. Hey, a kid visits multiple times, or, a kid has 2 straight weekends and cancels another visit, and you can kind of see this one coming. I'm not sure how many people outside of this building saw that one coming this morning.
I can tell you the people in the building didn't even know it was coming.
There you go. So I think this is one of those things where we look at this and go, wait a minute, who? What? Where? This is a huge commitment for Matt Guerreri, because not only is this the highest rated player that he will have signed if he does get to signing day and those rankings do stick, you look at where he comes from. You said Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He attends Catholic down there, and Catholic high school, and Ohio State just pulled a kid out of Louisiana, a 5-star safety, to come to Ohio State. He has an official visit to Ohio State scheduled on June 13th. We'll see if some of those OVs stick elsewhere. I believe LSU is on the 20th, so we're going to find out if some of those OVs are still going to happen. But getting him in the mix at the end of March is a huge deal for Ohio State, because I think when you just kind of list the details of this prospect, like if I were to tell you, Steven, there's this 5-star safety from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, LSU's after him. You're probably going to go, you know what? Probably not.
Go Tigers.
You're probably not going to win that one. Yeah, you're probably not going to win that one. Ohio State did win this one. So this is Ohio State's first safety commit in this class. So you start to map all of these things out and go, wait a minute, okay, this safety room is starting to turn over. Fahim Delane just got here. He was like a borderline 5-star player, depending on which ranking you looked at. You have Deshaun Stewart. You have Cody Haddad. Now you add Bradford in the 2026 class, and you're starting to see this room turn over into Matt Guerreri's group. And this is a really big commitment for Ohio State. I mean, we had talked so much about the offensive line and how necessary that was, but I think safety was kind of one of those sneaky needs in this recruiting class, because you look at what has walked out of the door. Lathan Ransom just left. Caleb Downs only has 1 more year of college football. Not only do you need high-quality players, you need some just players in general. You needed some numbers in that room, and Blaine Bradford will certainly give you that.
It's a good first start. That's a lot of positivity coming from there, so let me balance it back out a little bit. We're a long way till signing day. Now, there are some extra details here that might change some of this. The House is obviously working on some bills here that might change some things in terms of who's in charge of the NIL and the revenue share, and all that stuff could be coming this summer. So maybe this is a minute point, but we are a long way until signing day, and this just smells like Naeem Offord all over again, where the guy commits very, very early, but between now and the first weekend of December is a lot, because, again, he's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and he's got a brother who already plays at LSU. So this is Ohio State's in the lead, and they've taken a big lead by getting them committed here. Now the question is, can Matt Guerreri hold on to this guy through signing day? Because that would be a big pickup. When you're losing NFL-caliber safeties the last 2 years, can you add a guy who might be able to be a plug-and-play for you, even if it's freshman year is more of a special teams role?
So one of the things that I think the Naeem Offord recruitment kind of taught us last year was that it was never not genuine with Naeem Offord. There was a point where Naeem Offord thought, and his family thought that, hey, this is where he's committed to go to school, and this is where he's planning on going to school. And then you start to see other visits pop up, and Ohio State was kind of always in the lead, but it felt more like a placeholder, and it felt more like a bookmark, if you will. And as you got closer to signing day, it was, okay, this doesn't maybe look great for Ohio State. I think with this commitment, it is going to be very important to track. So 614-350-3315, keep up with updates as to this entire recruitment over the next couple of months. But what's going to happen, I think, that is going to be very interesting is Ohio State got a cornerback last year. His name is Devin Sanchez. Perhaps you've heard of him. He was a five-star corner out of Texas. And when Ohio State got him, they basically said, we were the leaders in this recruitment, and Devin Sanchez said they were the leaders in this recruitment. And by June or July, he had said, I'm good. I'm shutting it down. I'm done. that I think is important to note here with Blaine Bradford. It's, okay, does he take other visits? Do other visits get scheduled? You know, I think especially as football season rolls around, okay, is he at LSU versus Auburn? I don't know.
Probably, because he lives 5 minutes from the
And
campus.
his brother's there, so it's like, yeah, it's like, is he down there? How much is he down there? Is he taking other visits? Those are things that you have to keep an eye on in recruitments like this. So yeah, there's a lot of positivity right now. You're 100% right, and I'm glad you went that way, because yes, there is a lot of positivity. You just landed a 5-star safety out of Louisiana. That's crazy. That's great work by Matt Guerreri. That's great work by this coaching staff. We are also not even in April yet as we do this. It is March 31st. It's not even noon yet of March 31st. So there is a long way to go for this. There is a lot of things that need to get settled. There is still so many things in college football that can just go haywire. So right now, Ohio State feels pretty good. And I think where you're at with Blaine Bradford, you're looking at this going, you know what? Yeah, I can be worried, but I think it's okay to celebrate right now if you're Ohio State.
It's been more than 25 years since Ohio State has signed a player from Louisiana. They landed Jair Brown, the cornerback from Louisiana, from New Orleans, in the 2022 recruiting class. But he was an Ohio guy, originally from Cincinnati, and in fact, he moved back to Cincinnati 2 months or so after his commitment for that 2022 recruiting class. So over 25 years since Ohio State's landed a player from Louisiana. Maybe they can do so this year with Blaine Bradford, the 5-star safety. The 8th commitment for Ohio State's top 10 recruiting class joins Chris Henry Jr. as 5 stars in that class. As he mentioned, get the text 614-350-3315. 2-week free trial, $3.99 after that. And go listen to Buckeye Talk wherever you find podcasts. I'm Steven. He's Andrew.